What's going on, guys? Aggronix here, and welcome back to another week of the Little Cup Elysian UCL Little Cup. Today we jump in to our Little Cup battle against Kraft and a very, very scary team. Now, Kraft is sitting at the same record as us. He has 0 wins and 1 loss, but that was the cross-conference games. This match is where it really matters. I played Cubshoe and I lost 1-0. Kraft played Steven and lost 4-0, so I technically am a little bit better than Kraft. I technically am tied first in Aqua, I believe I am. I believe I'm tied with Gomez. So that's pretty good, And shout out to my boy Steven. Steven is first in the Magma, which is crazy, but we're not going to focus on anyone else today. We're going to focus on winning our game. His team is pretty good. I would say it's pretty freaking good. Actually, I don't have it open. Let me open it for you quickly. So as you can see, his team is very strong. It consists of a Froakie, Abra, Spritzy, Chespin, Venipede, Bergmite, Gullet, and Piplup on the far left of your screen. It's very strong. However, it does have a few issues that I feel like we're going to be able to take advantage of and really going to punish him for some of the plays that he makes. You'll notice that his speed tiers are weird. He has a lot of fast mons like Froakie, Abra, and Venipede technically with speed boost. But then he has a lot of slow mons like Spritzy and Piplup and Bergmite that just bring the speed of the team way down. And I feel like that's where we're going to take advantage of his team. So let's jump into the team that we are bringing, and then I'll go over what I think he's going to bring. So first off, we start off with our offensive core. We have Kimono, the Mienfoo Eviolite Regenerator with Fake Out, Drain Punch, Knockoff, and Poison Jab. Now, this set is not a fast set. Obviously, we're not running any speed. But with this spread, we outspeed everything on his team other than Froakie, Abra, a Choice Scarf Mon in the lower tiers, maybe like a Choice Scarf Gullet, which I really don't see coming, but it could. And then maybe a Venipede Speed Boost, alright? That's the only thing that we don't outspeed. But we can take a hit from all those mons. We take a hit from Gullet, and we knock off. We take a hit from Venipede, and we knock off. We take a hit from Froakie, and we Drain Punch and do tons. Now, we don't live a hit from Abra, but that's why Fake Out's there, because Focus Sash Abra is very scary, as you know. I need to be able to break that Sash. We have a lot of priority on this team, and a lot of mons that outspeed it, and even Speed Tie with it, which is the mon we'll get to in a second. But Fake Out is really good just because it stops the Abra from really doing anything too scary. It breaks a sub, just in case you're wondering. Fake Out does break a sub. And Poison Jab is there if the Spritzy comes in. Now, the good thing about Spritzy is that Spritzy's strength lies in its defensive presence because of Eviolite. With the knockoff, I get rid of Eviolite, and that takes away like 1.5 of its defensives. Poison Jab's going to do a ton after that. And actually, after Rocks and a knockoff, Poison Jab actually has the chance to kill, depending on his spread. If he's specially defensive, I think it's a definite kill. If he's physically defensive max, I think it's a roll. I'm not sure. So, next we move on to Terminator the Iron, Choice Scarf, Rockhead with Head Smash, Iron Head, Stealth Rock, and Earthquake. This set, Iron is probably the most important mon on the team. Reasons being is that he only has one mon that really switches into Iron and takes the hit well, and that mon is Gullet, which is why I think Gullet is 100% coming. Gullet's the only mon on his team that takes a Head Smash decently well and can fire back a big hit. The other mons, Chespin has a chance to get 2-hit KO'd. Piplup has a chance to 2-hit KO'd. Spritzy, obviously I'm a Steel type, he's not going to do anything back to me, and even then Head Smash does about 40%. Bergmite obviously gets destroyed. Venipede can't even do anything to me, you know? I speed tie with the Froakie, which is I outspeed the Froakie because of the Choice Scarf, but I speed tie with the Abra. So we have Aaron that speed ties with the Abra, and we have a mon that comes up later that actually outspeeds Abra, which is really nice. We have Head Smash there because it's the best move for Aaron. We have Iron Head just for the Spritzy in case we want to hit something for super effective, or we don't want to miss Head Smash. Heavy Slam was another option, but there's no reason to. Stealth Rock is there because it's Stealth Rocker on the team. I need Stealth Rocks on this team. If I have to choose between Aaron getting off a big hit and Stealth Rocks, I might choose Stealth Rocks. You know, it depends on what's happening in the game. If it's like one mon against Aaron, I'm clicking Head Smash, you know, but we'll see what happens. And finally, we have Earthquake there just in case I didn't really have a last move. And I don't know if he has, say, Gullet and Piplup left. Yeah, that's a good thing. So like, I can't click Head Smash because Gullet resists it, and I can't click Iron Head because Piplup resists it. I click Earthquake, you know. Next we have 2 new mons to the team, which I'm so excited to use because second week in, and we've already used every mon in the team. So that's really, really awesome. We have Foghorn the Stunky, Evilite Aftermath with Sucker Punch, Defog, Pursuit, and Acid Spray. Running a really, really weird spread, I know. But if I go Adamant Nature, Acid Spray can't two-shot Spritzy. With me being Brave, I do actually do a lot offensively. And Acid Spray does just a little bit more to Chespin and Spritzy and ones like Bergmite maybe. Running a very, very bulky set, and 4 in speed is just because it only takes 4 in speed to raise my speed by 1, which is really, really good. And I said, why not? I mean, with this speed with Stunky, right, I believe I hit 13 or 12. I hit 12, right? Because I hit 12, that means that I have a good chance to outspeed every defensive mon on his team, being the Chespin, the Bergmite, Piplup. Gullet is a weird one. Gullet is a mon that he could run at max speed and hit 14. I think he could hit 14, and then he'd be a bit of a problem, but I'm still not too worried about it. The thing is, though, if he runs max speed, he's not running max HP or max defense, which means Aaron is doing way more to it, so that's the other thing, you know? This thing's main job, Stunky, is to defog rocks away because he has several spikes users. He has Chespin, he has Venipede, he has Piplup that does Stealth Rock, he has a lot of rock setters. He has Toxic Spikes on Venipede, another reason Stunky's here. But the big reason is to Pursuit, Trap, and Sucker Punch the Abra. Abra is super duper scary, and as long as I can stop that Abra from doing, you know, tons of damage to my team, I'm good. It really, really can't do anything to Stunky. The best it can do is Hidden Power Ground, which I think it'll bring just because it also hits Aaron. I think Hidden Power Ground is the best thing he could run to hit Stunky and Aaron. Obviously, it hits both of them super effectively. And Stunky doesn't get any physical poison type moves, which is really, really depressing. It doesn't get Poison Jab, it doesn't get Gunk Shot, it doesn't even get Poison Tail, which I would have ran, to be honest. Poison Fang, nope. None of those. The best move it got is Acid Spray, so we're going with Acid Spray. Next we have Glossary the Pansage, Focus Sash, Overgrow with Knockoff, Gunk Shot, Seed Bomb, and Leaf Storm, rocking 252 in attack and 244 in speed with a hasty nature. This thing's great. Abra is such a problem with the Focus Sash, I was like, let's play its own game against it. I'm running Focus Sash Pansage, that could really, really be huge. If he's like, if it's in the Pansage versus Abra, the Abra's Focus Sash is broken because of Fake Hit or another move I'm going to get to in a second, and Pansage isn't, I'll win, you know? Simple as. I love this moveset. Knockoff does crazy, crazy work against his team. Gunk Shot hits the Spritzy and the Chespin. Seed Bomb is just good for stab, hits the Piplup and the Gullet. And Leaf Stormer is there just in case I need to fire off a big hit on one of his physically defensive mons. Say like, maybe even, what was the mon? Bergmite. Bergmite was the mon that I wanted to hit with this thing. There wasn't really another last move. I was considering Low Kick to hit the Bergmite, but Leaf Storm does just so much damage to the Bergmite, which I don't see coming, but it's good to have it. And finally we come to the last two mons. We have Clamped, the Corfish, Eviolite Adaptability with Knockoff, Aquajet, X-Scissor, and Toxic. This thing is meant to wall the Froakie. Froakie is a huge problem to my team. It's a huge problem to every team. And as long as Corfish is around, it can do a lot of work. This thing takes about only 20% from a Scald. If he burns me, that's unfortunate. He does about 30% with Hydro Pump, which I think he'll run Scald just for the accuracy and the burn chance, obviously. Knockoff is really, really good against his team. Obviously, it's the best move in Little Cup. Aquajet is there because great priority. It's just really, really good priority. Even with Corfish, with 0 attack investment, with me running nothing in it, Aquajet does just so much damage to his team. It's insane. And it definitely breaks an Abra's Focus Sash. I believe it breaks a Fokie's... sorry, no, it breaks an Abra's Substitute, I meant. And I think it breaks a Froakie Substitute as well, which I'm not expecting, but I'm keeping aware that he could. X is there to hit the Chespin. I didn't really have another move that I wanted to run. And Toxic is there to offer also the Chespin and the Bergmite and the Piplup and the Gullet even, which I don't think Gullet would come in on Corfish. But you know, it forces damage on mons that I really, really like. And finally we come to Dynamo Elekid, Life Orb Static with Wild Charge, Volt Switch, Ice Punch, and Quick Attack. Now this thing is just meant to outspeed the whole of his team and just do a lot of damage. Life Orb Elekid does a ton of damage to everything on his team. I think Wild Charge literally does 50% to every mon on his team. Only problem with that is he has the Gullet and the Chespin, which both resist electric. Chespin resisting it, Gullet being immune. So Ice Punch hits both of them, which is really, really nice. Now Quick Attack is weird because I don't really need it, but I felt like it would be necessary. Because I feel like either the Froakie will be Choice Scarf, or he could run like a Choice Scarf Chespin, maybe? Well, I don't know. I'm not sure. But I feel like the Choice Scarf Froakie could be very, very possible. Just because he knows that Elekid outspeeds it. And he knows I'm running a Choice Scarf Aaron. Because it's just great against his team. So I'm assuming that he's going to run Choice Scarf Froakie to at least do something. Now, it depends on how much he thinks that priority is going to affect him. I have a lot of priority on my team. I've actually done the calcs. After all 4 of my priority, Froakie will die guaranteed. I think actually 3 will do it as long as I get a few high rolls. So that's why Quick Attack is there. I don't think I'll ever click Quick Attack. I don't think I'll have to. I don't think Choice Scarf Froakie will come. But it's something that would make sense, you know. But I don't think so. So getting into what I think he's going to bring right here, I think I've gone over it, why he would bring these mons pretty adequately. My team is down here. I'm not bringing Snubble and Hippopotas. Snubble was very, very close to coming, but it was between Elekid and Snubble, but I wanted to go with mons that would outspeed Abra and Froakie, rather than mons that could take hits from Froakie and Abra, you know. And I'm not bringing Hippopotas because it doesn't really do anything against his team. As you can see here, like every mon on his team kind of beats it, you know. Oh my god, I got rid of something. No! Froakie, yeah. And what did I get rid of? I got rid of Spritzy. Whoops. But you know what I mean. It doesn't really do anything against his team. The best it would do is wall Gullet, which actually is pretty good because I do think the Gullet is coming. But Hippopotas just wasn't great in this match. And we're bringing all of the other 6 members. So I'm really excited for this game. Froakie is definitely coming, and Abra. I think those 2 are basically guaranteed. I think Chespin has a really, really strong chance of coming. Actually, I am expecting it. I think Piplup, even though the double water might be a little bit iffy for him, Froakie is Protean, and it's an offensive mon, and Piplup is defensive. So I feel like he's going to bring 2 offensive mons in Abra and Froakie, a bulky tank in Gullet, who could take hits and do a lot of damage back, and then 3 defensive mons in Piplup, Chespin, and Spritzy. So that's the team that I'm bringing, and that's what I'm expecting him to bring. If you guys are excited for this battle, make sure to heavy slam the like button down below first, and subscribe if you are not already to become a member of the Aggronix. With that being said, let me connect with Craft, and let's get into this shit. And I'm really, really upset because this battle did happen live. I did record the video, but however, the file just got corrupted. I don't know what happened. Basically, what happened was I literally just played this battle like 5 minutes ago. I was in the middle of playing it, and I hit record, and I was playing the battle. It was all good, and then I looked at the timer on the recording, and it was stuck at 2 seconds. And then I went back in the recording, and there was nothing there. It was just empty. So I was really, really upset. I am really, really upset that the battle isn't live, because I feel like the battle was a lot of fun to watch live. But I do have the replay. If you guys still want to enjoy this battle, please do. I won't spoil it. I'm going to go through what happened and my thoughts behind everything. And I think it was still a really, really good battle. Props to Craft. Craft bought the team that I expected him to bring. It just felt like it was the best things to bring against me. And it was just really, really good. So we'll get into this. So judging by his team, I felt like there was nothing that really wanted to beat Mienfoo unless he led straight with Spritzy, which I didn't feel like he would. I felt like he'd either lead with Froakie or Piplup or Chespin. So he does lead with the Froakie. First turn, he goes for U-turn. I don't reveal the fake out just yet. I felt like I didn't need to. He goes off for U-turn. He goes into Gullet, and I felt knockoff was free, so I clicked it, and I just straight up one-shot the Gullet. And he does reveal the Choice Scarf. So first turn, we kill Aaron's biggest weakness. He doesn't go into Chespin. I go for knockoff as I get rid of Eviolite, and he goes for Iron Defense. Now, this is where it gets a little bit axy. I go for Poison Jab, and I do get the poison. As he does go for Bulldoze. I believe he was faster than me after that speed drop. He goes for Synthesis right here. And this is the game on which I'm trying to constantly one-up him and do enough damage. I go for Drain Punch there just to get health back. So this is where there's a little bit of controversy in this battle. That poison, Craft thinks really, really mattered, and it changes the game. I don't think it did, because at this point, he's already used 4 Synthesis. Or 3. Right here, I go for Poison Jab, I get a high roll, and then he takes Poison Jab. At this point, he gives up, and he just clicks Seed Bomb, does about 30%, and then I just kill him off with Poison Jab. Now, Craft maintains and says that the poison really mattered there. I don't think it did. I think the poison helped, but I eventually would have got it or got a crit and whatever. So he goes in an Abra. I'm going to stop there. So he goes in a... He thinks that the Chespin really mattered. I don't think it did. He would have ran out of Synthesis, and his damage from Seed Bomb was never changing. He wasn't raising his attack. He was only raising his physical defense. So after that, he brings in Abra, and I was thinking, it is so obvious that he wants me to go in a Stunky. It's just so obvious. It's so obvious he wants me to go in a Stunky. So I decide to go in a Corphish, because I felt like it was a good middle ground play. As he does go in a Piplup. So we're in the scenario where I'm just kind of trying to kill this Piplup. I go for knockoff, get rid of the Eviolite, as he reveals the Yawn, which is actually pretty interesting. I swap out and I go into Stunky, because I feel like without this Eviolite I can take on this thing. He goes for Scald, doesn't get the burn, which is fortunate for me, and I swap back in a Corphish, because I don't want to get burned, and he goes for Protect. So very, very interesting what's happening here. I go for Toxic just to weaken this thing a little bit, as he goes for Yawn again. And at this point, I don't really love my switch-ins right here, so I just stay in and I go for X-Scissor, I believe, as he goes in a Froakie, which was huge. So I get off a huge amount of damage with X-Scissor, and I do fall asleep. So right here, he goes for Scald. He can't burn me. He gets a crit, which is not the biggest deal in the world, and I stay asleep. I believe it is this turn. He goes in Abra. Now this is where it was really, really dire, because I click Aqua Jet, I don't get it. I was begging. I click Aqua Jet, I don't get it. I was really, really hoping I would get Aqua Jet. He goes for Energy Ball. He gets a lowish roll, a middle roll. Doesn't kill me. I go for Aqua Jet. I know it's super duper obvious because he just saw it. I should have probably clicked Knockoff, but it didn't really matter because 2 Aqua Jets would have done this anyway. I go for Aqua Jet, and I go for another Aqua Jet, and I bring him down really, really low as he kills me off with a U-turn. So Corphish does go down, as I believe he goes back into Abra here, which he does, which was the best play. Right here, I feel like there's no reason not to go on a Dynamo. It was just the best thing. And I Volt Switch right here just to try to break it Sash as he goes on a Piplup and lets that thing die, which is really, really good because Piplup was kind of scary. At this point, I kind of just had to go on Aaron. It was the best thing for me to go into. It beats everything on his team. Very Choice Scarf Froakie, which he does reveal. So that was good because I thought he would bring it just because he knows like Choice Scarf Aaron is such a threat. So me going into Dynamo here, I was hoping that he wouldn't predict the Quick Attack, but he does go on Abra. I get a crit, which I don't think mattered because I still think 2 Quick Attacks would have killed, and I do outspeed this Abra, so I probably wouldn't have clicked it again. I just clicked Quick Attack twice. He just go on a Spritzy, and I felt there was no reason not to Volt Switch here. I go for Volt Switch. I do a decent amount of damage, and I am going to go into that Foghorn Stunky. So he goes for Wish. This is a little bit stally here, but that's the worst thing in the world. He goes for Protect. I go for Sludge Bomb. Acid Spray was illegal. I didn't know that. You can't run Acid Spray and another move on my set. I'm not sure. But I go for Sludge Bomb. Because I don't have Acid Spray, I'm not able to easily kill the Spritzy. But he goes for Disable anyway, so we see this Disable. I click Pursuit because I felt like there was no reason not to, just to get a little bit of damage off. And then I swap into Pansage because my Focus Sash really isn't that big a deal. And he shows the hidden power, what I believe to be Ground. So he doesn't have Moonblast. He has Protect, Wish, Disable, and Hidden Power Ground. So I know that this Pansage completely walls Spritzy. I go for Knockoff here to get rid of its item, and I was hoping he could disable that turn. I do go for Gunk Shot. I do a ton of damage, and he does click Disable this turn. So right here, I know he has Hidden Power Ground. He does have Moonblast, which means Mienfoo completely walls this thing. So I go in a Mienfoo right here as he goes for Wish once again because it's his best play, and he's gonna go for Protect as I go for Fake Out. And I know that he wants to disable me right here. So I'm going to go for Drain Punch because I get health back. I do a little bit of damage. I get a crit, which is not the biggest deal in the world, but it is nice. And he does go for Disable. So I catch him off guard there. I am able to easily kill the Spritzy now. He goes for Protect. He actually says well played in the chat. I go for Poison Jab right here. He protects. I go for Poison Jab again. It brings him really, really low and it actually crits him. I don't know if the crit mattered. It depends on his spread if he was physically defensive, but I don't really know. He goes to Froakie. He does click Scald. He doesn't get the burn, but it wouldn't matter anyway. Drain Punch just, or actually no, Poison Jab easily kills him no matter what. So, yeah, that was the game. Really, really sorry about this being a replay and not a live. I really, really tried to get the live version. Obviously, I didn't record it, but it just didn't come through, which I'm really, really upset about. I'm really bummed about it because this was a really, really cool battle. Unfortunately, Aaron didn't get to do any work, but it was really, really important to figure out some of his sets. For example, Froakie. Me knowing that the Froakie was Choice Scarf made it a little bit easier to deal with. It just meant that I had to play with my mons a little bit smarter. I'm really, really upset that Stunky didn't get to do a lot this week. My moveset wasn't the best, as you can probably tell. I mean, Sucker Punch and Pursuit are two moves that will hit the mon guaranteed that's in, because either they attack you and Sucker Punch works, they swap out and pursuit works, or they don't attack you and stay in, and neither of them work. So me having both of them with Sludge Bomb means that I couldn't hit the chest bin at all, you know? So that was poor planning on my part. But to be fair, I was bringing Acid Spray. I didn't know that that was illegal to bring something. I'll have to check what is illegal in that spread, but it is what it is. We move on to 1-1 with a 4-0 victory over Craft. That's really, really huge. We now are sitting pretty. We lost 1-0 against Cubchew. We won 4-0 against Crafts. We are now sitting at +3 with a 1-1 record in the Aqua Conference. We're definitely up there because I believe we're definitely second or first because we're playing. All 4 members of the Aqua Conference are playing. So 2 will win and 2 will lose. So Kraft is probably bottom because he lost 4-0 to Steven and now 4-0 to me, so he's -8, so I'm pretty sure he's bottom. And then it's either down to, it depends on if Yoler or Gomez get more than my differential in their battles. But it's not that big a deal, guys. No matter what, we're first or second, so it's really, really good. We're looking pretty. Next week we take on, I believe it's Gomez or Yodeler, it's one of them, but it'll be interesting to see how it does. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. I'd like to apologize once again. I really tried to do a live recording, and I don't like replays that much, but sometimes it's good just to change up the rhythm of things, and don't worry, guys, next week we will definitely have a live commentary. Until then, guys, make sure to have the like button down below first, and subscribe if you are not already to become a member of the Aggronix. With that being said, have yourselves a wonderful day. Bye-bye!